Hello, and welcome to another episode of I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles, a football manager story. My name is Dave, and you've joined me here for the 11th episode of this season, where we're getting to the tail end of the season. We've ploughed through March. We've got some highlights to show you there. Got some results coming through in this. We're doing all right so far. We're sitting second in the league. My strikerless formation that we've got running is working well. We're scoring goals. We're conceding a fair few, I'll admit, but we're doing well. We've won where we maybe shouldn't have a couple of times and lost where maybe we should. But let's be brutally honest, West Ham wouldn't have it any other way. So we're going to jump in. We're going to show the highlights of the games we've had in March, and then some extended highlights of our FA Cup quarter-final versus Everton. It's only extended rather than the live stream that I expected, because guess what, guys? I've done this before and forgot to do the share screen, so it was just me talking for the entire video. So this is Mark 2. Coming up first, then, we have the highlights of the key highlights of the Leeds United game. We were at home to Leeds United, 57,000 people in the London Stadium, and this is what we were looking at. 10 minutes in, a little 1-2 with the front, playing from the back. Briaz Mendes, ball over the top. Jared Bowen, 1-on-1 with the keeper, and slots it in. We are very, very good at starting these games very well. We're often not. We will score in only in 10-15 minutes. So then that settled the nerves ever so slightly. Leeds, though, did come back. Ryan Fredericks breaking through just a minute later, and a save from Meselier. Short corner routine is beginning to not really pay any tricks, any dividends, but we will maybe work on that in the second season. Get some new formations and new tactics being played on there. Elise at the back is a youngster. I've started giving him some game time on this. He's settled in quite well in there. Still need to get him used to the playing out of defence rather than just oofing it over the top. But he does come in with some good tackles as he did there. So 20 minutes gone. Cresswell to Elise Rice. Nice little triangle play there. Soucek feeding Buendia, and another save after being 1-on-1 with the keeper again. On the half hour, Hernandez feeding it outside to Harrison, who sends the defence missing, and Kilic there from 6 yards out. He's not really going to miss those, but that was all made down our right-hand side. It was made to look rather foolish there with that. Then into the second half on the hour, they have the free kick. We break down the other end. Emiliano Buendia, 1-on-1, and another good save from Meselier. Deserved a goal really for that run. And there's another reason why we needed the second one there. He's gone for the short corner with no one there for the short. Then 20 minutes left. Now it's still 1-1 at the time. Emiliano Buendia again, both to the byline, pulls it back. Jared Bowen. And again, another offside from Buendia. And then a terrible free kick from Llorente there. We'll have another look at that one. There's Viz. Mendes over to Buendia, and that slots it for there. And that was all she wrote on that game. So we capitalised very much so on a mistake from their defender there, from Lorente. It wasn't the dominant performance we'd like. They had far more the ball than we did, but they only created 5 chances. Only had 1 shot on target, and that was the one they scored with. And we had 21 shots in that game, 12 of them on target. So yeah, they had the ball. We let them have the ball. We were far more ruthless going forwards, far more not dominant going forward, but we had far more attacking intent than they did. I think is the best way of putting that one there. So after the Leeds game, we had Burnley away. It was another performance where we really put our foot down on this one, stamped a marker down on it. We didn't have it all our own way, but through it all, we came away with the win. We had more possession, we had more chances, and it was another performance where we were out the gates very, very early with the opening goal, and then although we let them back into it, the second half we really put the foot down and says, no, we're not having this. This is us. So as I say, early doors, Jared Bowen feeds Emiliano Buendia, 1-on-1 with the keeper, knocks it onto his right and just slides it into the near post there. But then on the 20 minutes, free kick routine from those, and Tarkowski is totally unmarked on that far post. He had all week and half of next to pick that up, and a misplaced pass lets them break onto us while half our players are upfield. But then second half, after the rocket in there, Buendia 1-on-1 with the keeper again and again at the near post, slots that in there. 5 minutes later, short corner, Cresswell knocking it over, and Theo Curler there. And then with 15 to play, Fredericks broke into the box, Wallace with a pinball out to Cresswell. And that was all she wrote with there. As we say with that one, we had more possession, we had more shots on target. And it was, yes, they scored 2-1 where our defence just totally went to sleep. With that first goal, Tarkowski was in so much room. I think he had enough time to plant a flag and build a house there. He had that much room and land in that in our area. And on the second one, it was a free kick that came over, and we went straight to them, and they broke on us quickly. The rocket at half time woke them up, and we went nicely into the second half and pushed on to the performance that we wanted. After that, we were back at home again, and it was Southampton's turn to come to the London Stadium. It was another 57,000 sellout, and it was another one where, although we didn't take an early lead, there was an early goal in it, but we pretty soon had ourselves all lined up and everything firing. Again, we're conceding goals, which is something I may need to have a look at. I might need to start dropping the defensive line back a little bit. I think we were maybe with a very attacking on the mentality. I think the high line is just giving us a little bit too much. But yeah, 10 minutes out, James Ward-Prowse absolutely rocketed it in there. 5 minutes later, though, Jared Bowen plays a 1-2 off the post. It's totally wrong for the keeper. And then 5 minutes after that, Wallace had come in for Declan Rice, had not been playing well. Then in the second half, I say we kind of put our foot down a little bit here. Briaz Mendes with Jared Bowen with the assist. Southampton didn't give up. They came back at us again, pulled it over, and unmarked on the far post. We're letting them slide a little bit too far here. Then on the hour, Jared Bowen playing a nice little 1-2 with Wallace, just to slot that in for his second goal. And then Jared Bowen again, this time feeding Buendia. slossing it in there. So we found ourselves heading into the FA Cup quarter-final against Everton on a run of 4 wins in a row, with Crystal Palace at the back end of last month. Then these 3 league games in a row, we were high on confidence. We got a steady team, and then Everton come to town, and I look at it and got lots of yellow cards bubbling under for suspensions. So I shuffled the pack a little bit for the Everton game, made some changes to make sure that players weren't missing for the potential semi-final, not really knowing that the bookings weren't just FA Cup, they were league as well. So yeah, I made some changes without really needing to. But again, it was one where we were out of the blocks very, very quick and sort of set us up to be able to control the game a little bit more. And it went very well. The standard midfield pairing of Noble and Rice were back in action on the pitch together. So here it is, 3rd minute, Mark Noble, and it's Wonderland here. And then just 7 minutes later, Noble feeding Mendes for Buendia to give it back, and Briaz Mendes knocks it in for his 4th goal of the season. Then on 25 minutes, a long ball over the top, giving Everton a lifeline. Into the second half, there was a sending off for Kufau, an absolutely ridiculous handball, just proof that he was brain dead, which had me, obviously it was down to 10 men, Bowen came off, but I was umming and ahhing and never really made my mind up whether to knock the very attacking off and drop it to the defensive and invite the pressure on. We're not the best defensively, let's be brutally honest. So in the end, I didn't. I left us on very attacking, kept it with the high line because I didn't want to invite pressure onto us with no long ball out. And it held through. We're through to the FA Cup semi-final. Yay! We have got Aston Villa, Liverpool is one semi-final, and we are at home to Bournemouth in the 2nd semi-final. That is this is Bournemouth, who are top of the Championship. They are due to come back up after dropping down last season. This is coming up in next month, so we've got a 2nd month of doom coming up where we have Arsenal, Man U, West Brom, then Bournemouth, then Chelsea. Yeah, we come through this one unscathed, then we should be good for Champions League football. But we've got 3 very, very tough games coming up. A tricky one against West Brom, and the FA Cup. Anything can happen. So yeah, that was this. No live game as I expected this time because I made a mistake first time round. But hope you enjoyed this shorter episode. Please, as always, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Any comments you've got to give me, I will respond to any and all that you want. And I shall see you again on the next time. Thanks a lot.